There are over 1.2 billion cars licensed on the world's roads today, so perhaps it's unsurprising that some people think they can drive like this. But what might surprise them is that they are now being caught on camera.
It's all on camera, buddy. I don't give a shit.
With as many as 50 million people injured each year on our roads, the use of dashboard cameras or dash cams has experienced a meteoric rise. And incidents captured on these cameras, along with CCTV and mobile phone footage, are being passed to police to help detect dangerous drivers and convict crash-for-cash criminals. But more often than not, these cameras bear witness to the daily antics that unfold on our roads, with people posting their dramatic near misses online to become viral sensations. In this series, we'll uncover the hilarious, the hazardous, and the downright outrageous footage taken directly from streets across the globe. And we've tracked down the people who caught these moments on camera.
People don't necessarily understand the power that they have in their hands.
To get the story behind what happened.
It did not feel real.
And although you may see some pretty shocking stuff, not a single incident featured involves a reported fatality. We've handpicked hundreds of the most eye-popping events captured on camera. So prepare to meet the world's deadliest drivers. Head on. World's deadliest drivers reporting for duty. Roll call. Captain Klutz. Here. Major Skids. Here. General Mayhem. Here. Very good. Drivers roll out. But first, it's said that the real troubles in life blindside you on an idle afternoon. Situations happen so fast on the road, you may think the cars are trying to catch you out when you least expect it. Take this colon cleanser from Sao Paulo in Brazil. You're driving along, minding your own business, and all of a sudden, there is a massive mess all around you. But surely that's like a once-in-a-lifetime experience, isn't it? I'm sure nothing like that would ever happen again. Obviously, I'm not a mechanic, but I'm fairly sure the rear wheels and axle are meant to be attached to the truck. Right, do you know what? I don't want to play this crazy game anymore. My nerves are shredded. I've had enough excitement for one afternoon. No one listens to me around here. I said I've had enough shocks and surprises to... Let's go! Guys, crazy out there. But don't take my word for it. Here's Doug Brawner to get all riled up on your behalf.
I think a quick trip to the market would indicate to anybody that you don't need just to worry about your own driving habits. You'd better be worried about the guy next to you, because there are a lot of people out there who really are bad drivers.
What's the market got to do with it, Doug? And just when you thought it was safe to get back on the roads. Yep, it's not just drivers getting all the surprises. It's rush hour now in Essex in the UK, and a collision at a junction sends a car flying into these pedestrians on the school run. Fortunately, everyone was okay. And big props to Mum there for showing the reactions of a superhero. That could have been a lot worse. St. Petersburg now, it's a case of right place at the right time for this ambulance. But not for this delivery driver, who's now officially made his final stop of the day. God, you know they say every dog has his day, but for these two it's been a rough one, no pun intended. And I mean that, in all sincerity, I hate puns. Luckily, no one was injured, and the medics were on the scene faster than you can say, "Excuse me, mate, you nearly killed me and me dog." In Minsk, Belarus, some criminals haven't quite cracked the concept of getaway cars yet. I mean, this lad's burning some rubber, but I'm not talking about his tyres. Mind you, he's going to need some sole left on those shoes if he's going to make a run for it. Hasn't thought that through. So, as we've seen, things can happen pretty suddenly on our roads.
What are you looking at? Oh, that was a good one.
And motorcycle vlogger Brady Allen from Colorado discovered that one afternoon while out riding with his girlfriend, Tanner.
Tana and I both have bikes, so we're able to ride together.
Hello. I know.
This particular incident happened on a Sunday about 9 o'clock in the morning in May. We were headed home from an event that we had done the day before. The driving conditions were pretty much perfect in terms of clear day, roads were dry, traffic was pretty light.
Okay, well, be safe.
Yep.
I'll see you in a couple
We
days.
split up fairly early that morning. She got on the big highway and headed north, so I was by myself. I caught up to this particular car and hadn't really noticed anything unusual about it. He was just driving along like anybody else on a Sunday morning.
What the hell are you doing? Dude, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, 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 oh my god. They fucking just wrecked hard. Okay.
My initial reaction to the entire thing was that he was maybe trying to pull over to the shoulder, but on the left side of the road for some reason. Very quickly, I kind of figured out that that wasn't the case because he just never slowed down. He hit a series of little bumps, and so I started seeing him bounce up and down a whole lot, which was when I kind of realized, like, he's really not stopping. And then he hit a really big bump, and I saw the whole back end of the car come off the ground. I was really shocked that he didn't roll. My first reaction was kind of like, oh, did he fall asleep at the wheel? Did he have a stroke? Is he a diabetic?
Hey, get on your phone and call 911.
Well, I ran over to the car. I was actually surprised that the car was unlocked.
Just stay where you're at. Just stay where you're at.
The airbags in cars always release kind of a dust or a smoke, and so all of that started pouring out of the car.
Okay, just stay where you're at for right now.
The first thing I
Don't
just
move
wanted to
around
do
too
was
much.
just
Is anybody else-
breathe for a minute and just kind of take a self-assessment.
Don't move around too much. Is anybody else in the car with you? Okay.
He was understandably very confused by the entire situation, but he realized he had been in a crash. You know, he wasn't disoriented in terms of like not knowing where he was or who he was or anything like that.
Just relax. I'm gonna come around to your side.
He did hit the airbag because he had a bloody nose. You know, he smashed his glasses, but that was basically it.
Can you put it in park?
He wanted to kind of get out and look at the car and kind of see what had happened.
Stuff off.
Until we got medical personnel there, I just kind of encouraged him to stay in the car because he could have had injuries he didn't know about. Once I'd given my statement to the police, I basically just got out of the way and continued home.
The driver of the car has been working with doctors to establish what went wrong.
To have an uncontrolled crash at 50 miles an hour and walk away with it with basically just a bloody nose. You know, he needs to go buy some lottery tickets or something because he got very, very lucky that day.
Perhaps he could pick some up for me too.
You have to think about the state of your well-being before you start the journey, before you even get in the car. Whether you're driving, whether you're on a motorcycle, even as a pedestrian or cyclist, if you are below par for whatever reason, fatigue, medication, alcohol, you are increasing your risk. And if you increase your risk, you can't be too surprised when it does go horribly wrong.
Thank you, Ian. Nice blink there at the end for extra emphasis. Here on the world's deadliest drivers, we see lucky escapes and honest mistakes. But there's a special group of people out there who really brought it all on themselves. Welcome to the Idiot Olympics. If you've just joined us, you're in for an absolute treat. We're going to start off today with the dragging morons behind cars section of the competition. One of my favourite events, this. Let's see what the Canadians have got in store for us today. Oh, marvellous. A moron on skis. Of course, being pulled along by a 4x4 car. Can he negotiate the pedestrian? Yes, he can for a point. Just going over to clip through that gate there for a second point. If he can just tuck inside the stop sign, he could be on for a personal best. Oh, tremendous moron skiing there. Over to Tyler now for the lying on the bonnet of a car competition. And he's got good form, this guy. I've watched him over many years, and he's perfected a marvellous technique of not getting sucked under the car and having his head smashed to smithereens on the asphalt. Well, of course, one of the major hazards of this event. Over to India now. Oh, this should be good. This chap's grinning an awful lot. Not sure what he's got planned. Oh, this is fantastically moronic. All the way around the outside of the cab and back in. And to think, to do that in India where there are very few crashes on the roads at all, that really, really does take an extra level of idiocy. Ah, America. What have you got for us, America? Personal favourite of mine, the dragging an exceptionally fat human being behind a pickup truck. It looks simple, but...
Only in Kansas City.
Exactly, only in Kansas City. Well, to be fair, probably happening right the way across Middle America, and she's still eating. She's still eating whilst being dragged by a pickup truck. When will you learn? When will you learn? Of course, coached by her husband, he is seen retrieving some isotonic burgers and milkshakes from the local takeaway. Back to the games and the Great Britain entry here. Yep, Great Britain makes some great idiots. Here we see what appears to be a drunk hobo being dragged along in a bathtub. Actually, this is Richard Hammond, former Top Gear presenter, out of a job but still carrying on with his crazy stunts with the rest of the old Top Gear team. Clarkson driving the purple 4x4 as Hammond is dragged through the streets of Bristol. Not to be outdone, James May dons a helmet and straitjacket, egged on, of course, by Clarkson and the overexcitable Hammond, preparing himself for this daredevil, nay, idiotic feat. Here, May is dragged behind a 4x4, all in the name of entertainment. And what entertainment it is! See as May wriggles like a lizard in a bag, trying to escape the straitjacket. Will he lose all the skin off his upper torso? Will he lose all the skin from his buttocks? Who knows? All that matters is that Hammond and Clarkson stand on the sidelines, pointing at May, howling with uncontrollable gales of laughter at their stricken co-presenter. Absolutely first rate. Here comes Clarkson to point at May and call him an idiot. Classic.
Occasionally, there are people on the road who are a little lacking in common sense, who do stupid things, who either jump red lights or try to drive into you or get very shouty or just do stupid stuff, because humans are hardwired essentially to be idiots who get really lucky more often than not.
Thank you, Alex Guy, for giving us that interview just having crashed out in the quarterfinals of the World Snooker Championships. But it's not just humans that can cause calamities, as best friends Matt and Travis from Wisconsin found while motorbiking with friends one weekend.
The ride was going great. Travis was 2 bikes behind me, closer to the center lane. I was kind of riding on the shoulder of the road. It was just a gorgeous day and we were just enjoying the sun.
The conditions that day probably couldn't have been any better, honestly. We were heading towards Wild Rose, and I think we made it about halfway in Omro on Highway 26 when the incident happened.
I realized that we were in danger when I saw something out of the corner of my eye, out of a field towards a road. I wasn't sure what it was at the time. You know, there's a lot of things that go through your mind when you see something, you know, you're traveling above 60 miles an hour and something starts coming towards the road. I kind of double tapped my brake so that whoever was behind me could see that my brake light was flashing.
I remember the bike in front of me going down. I felt like all of that happened incredibly fast. But the moment I hit the ground, it was like everything just kind of slowed down. But my mind was totally clear. That slide, that seemed to just take forever. I remember the moment that I kind of jumped out of the way of the semi, and it's hard to visualize how far away I was from it, actually. I didn't think I was that close, to be honest.
I remember thinking to myself, oh, that's a brand new bike. You know, like, come on, that didn't just happen. And then I instantly thought, oncoming traffic. So I look forward, and of course there's a semi. And I thought to myself, this isn't real. And then I looked back at him and just watched him. I thought I was gonna watch him die. I really did. I was in just pure shock.
Oh my God, dude.
All I wanted to do was just turn around to make sure that my best friend was alive and okay.
Is anybody calling 911 yet or what?
Also wanted to make sure that somebody was calling 911. There's a guy laying on the ground. He was responding, he could move, he was talking, he was complaining about his leg hurting a little bit. And instantly my head is, we need some help.
Dude, I thought you were dead.
The semi driver, after he stopped, he ran to the ditch because he was sure that he hit me.
He started running down the shoulder of the road. He was trying to make sure that whoever was sliding was okay. Yeah. And then Travis kind of walked over and was like, that's me. He was like, man, I thought you were dead. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. I'm Tom.
Gave me a giant bear hug, and just the nicest guy. It was a strange way to meet somebody. Yeah.
Amazingly, the group escaped with just minor injuries and a cut to Travis's hand.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know it happened. It healed perfectly. At first, the feeling in my hand was kind of weird in that area. Now it operates just like a normal hand.
I would say that everybody that was involved with the entire accident was definitely lucky to still be here today.
Despite the positive outcome, the incident changed the way the friends feel about biking forever.
It definitely changed my riding. It definitely changed my perspective on life as well, definitely. I just realized how quick things can happen and how quick things can end.
I think my life changed in a lot of good ways since the accident. I'm more positive, I'm more outgoing. But I think that was just kind of a wake-up call to say, yeah, I'm just gonna stick with cars.
Pets can be very dangerous on the road, and I think about pets who are on the road themselves. We may be walking a dog. We want to make sure that we have our dogs properly leashed so that they are not, if they won't be getting away from us and running out into traffic, which could be distracting and dangerous for everyone. Also, pets in your own vehicle, making sure that your pet is not obstructing your ability to safely operate a vehicle is also important. So we need to properly secure our pets in our cars as well.
With all the mess that the world's deadliest drivers make, nobody considers the clean-up operation. And nothing makes a mess like a pile-up. These generally occur when poor road conditions and underestimating stopping distances go hand in hand. In Russia, this dashcam caught a trio of trucks that hadn't seen each other for ages. Oh, big hug! This bloke looks like he made a lucky escape, but that's actually how drivers get out of trucks in Russia. That's how hard these guys are. Sounding your horn is also frowned upon. It's customary to just give a friendly nudge. So here's Doug to get all spit and biscuits about it.
I have not had the opportunity to drive in Russia, but their dash cam video, of which there's no shortage, is insane. They're always banging into each other. It's like the cars have magnets to each other. They just...
I think Doug might need a lie down. But he might be onto something. Stats show that Russia averages 25 traffic fatalities per 100,000 people. By comparison, the US had 14 road deaths per 100,000 people in the same year, despite having 6 times more cars. Now that might well be a lot of accidents, but let's face it, this is the world's deadliest drivers. It's not like we're going to show you people driving all nice and considerate, is it? Frankly, a pile-up like this could happen anywhere in the world. Someone in this queue of traffic wants to get in on the pile-up action too. Can you guess who? $10 points for all of you who voted for the truck. Handy if the police turned up, wouldn't it? So look, we all know the stereotypes about Russian drivers, but from what I'm seeing, the rest of the world, those are stereotypical images, thank you, and that one. The rest of the world has a lot to answer for too. Exhibit A, America. Surely they'll want to trump the Russians, won't they? Only 4 vehicles involved in this pile-up. I reckon they're just warming up. Because this is America, where everything is bigger and better. Isn't it? Is bigger better? I don't know. It's definitely usually bigger, isn't it? Take that, Russia. You know, crashes are a lot like relationships, aren't they? They start off with a load of bumping and grinding, but most often just end up in a complete mess. In New York State, it's the passengers that are piling up. And there's a driver that's taken the catch the bus idea a little bit too literally. It took quick thinking from the passengers here to avoid certain death. The 82-year-old driver reportedly pressed down on the gas by accident. Maybe he should be the one riding the bus. The 60-year-old man that made the split-second decision to jump up suffered a broken leg and an injured hand. 7 other people were injured, but miraculously, nobody was more seriously hurt. So we've seen big mistakes.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
A lack of brakes. And for goodness sakes. But with 3 million dash cams on the world's roads, there's plenty more where that came from. Join us next time for more from the world's deadliest drivers.